You to our Transition Academy ribbon cutting ceremony. We're going to start in around 5 minutes, so if you can please take your seats, but you can also help yourself to some coffee from our students of Harlingen High School and the Cardinal Coffee Club. So we'll start in 5 minutes.
You are?
Yeah, so I
awesome.
start Friday.
Awesome.
Still ready? All right, we'll be starting in 1 minute, please. We'll be starting in 1 minute.
I'm probably gonna sit. Yeah. Good morning. I think we still have a few seats available, so if you want to take a few seats, we're going to go ahead and get started this morning. Once again, good morning. My name is Daniel Garza, and I am the Director of Special Education for Harlingen CISD. It is with great pride and anticipation that I welcome you all here today to be part of a truly historic event. Today we unveil our Harlingen CISD's Transition Academy, a home and learning site that will not only expand learning opportunities for HCISD students with special needs, but a place that will serve as a sanctuary, one that will cultivate pride, confidence, and talent, which will prepare our students for life after high school. Whether the goal is to enhance independent living skills, prepare for the workforce, explore higher educational opportunities, develop hands-on vocational skills, or all of the above, our home will provide the tools to help our students achieve their goals. Our Transition Academy is a true testament of our district's commitment to innovation and a direct response to the needs of our students and our community. There has been much support for this project, and without our incredible school board and superintendents who are committed to provide nothing but the best for our special needs students, this project would not have come to fruition. The outpouring of support from our Harlingen partners has been tremendous, and we are forever grateful to be part of this community that is truly vested in our students. It has only strengthened our resolve to provide the best programming and services for students with special needs, as we have proven dedicated partners in this endeavor. We are blessed to have so many of our supporters and key players joining us here today. In our audience, we have our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Alicia Loyola, Superintendent Emeritus, Dr. Art Cavazos. We have several of our school board members, such as our President, Mr. Eladio Jaimes, Mrs. Jerry Fleury, our Board Secretary, Dr. Bobby Muniz, our Board Secretary, and Dr. Belinda Reiniger, member. We also have our prestigious Hay Foundation, who has been incredible in the support for this endeavor. Would you please stand? I would also like to welcome several of our students. We have students Haley Villafranca, Maria Rodriguez, Pablo Lopez, Wyatt Brownell, we have Danielle Green, we have Vincent Mion, we have many of our students. So students, if you would please rise, we'd love to welcome you this morning. Again, thank you for joining us this morning, and thank you for being an active partner as we achieve independence together for our students. This project has truly been a joint labor of love. At this time, please welcome ACISD Board of Trustees President Eladio Jaimes.
I didn't do that. Thank you, Daniel. Before I get started, I just want to have you all look around a little bit. And we were here a few months ago when we did the groundbreaking. And if I remember correctly, the weather was also kind of hot. I just remember my glasses fogging up. But if you look around, this is a celebration of not just this Transition Academy, but of what we can do when a community comes together. And COVID, I mean, a lot of us are tired of hearing about COVID, but COVID has taken a lot away from us in the last year and a few months, year and a half. Opportunities, people, friends, family. One thing it never took away from us was our desire to continue to grow, our desire to continue to serve, and I think that's evident here today. So I want to give us all a round of applause because everybody that's here, staff, HEISD staff, community members, the HAIF board, everybody has had a big part and a big hand in what we're about to accomplish here today. So let's give us a round of applause for that. Because this is definitely a moment to celebrate. I see Mr. Manivella back there, and I remember when HAIF had an event, a fundraiser at Stefano's last year, and I remember him saying words that to me at the time were pretty chilling. And he said, this might be the last time we gather together as a group for a long time. I heard that, and I knew what he meant. I knew what he was talking about. I didn't want to accept it, like most of us. But we went through it. Some of us roughed it a little bit more than others, whether it was our health, our employment, whatever it was. But we're here today to celebrate the ribbon cutting of the Transition Academy, and I couldn't be any more proud to serve as your president on the HEISD Board of Trustees with these individuals. And as much credit as everybody will give the board for being, bold enough to want to create a new building, to want to build a new building and not move into a house or another building that was already built. We said we want to build something new, something for our students, something that we can provide to them, something that'll be special for them. A lot of the credit really goes to our administration who has that vision. And it started really with Dr. Cavazos, Dr. Loyola, and their staffs. So I want to give them a round of applause right now because, and don't get me wrong, as board members, we'll take the praise, right? But really the credit goes to our administration because without their vision and without their bold, that bold vision that they have, none of anything else could be accomplished in this school district, in this community, because these opportunities, these buildings that we see, these facilities, these school buildings, they don't benefit just the student, but they really impact the entire community as a whole and make Harlingen a better place to live. So thank you all for being out here today. Like I said, this is a very special day, a very special celebration for all of us. I want to thank the HAIF board, Ms. Zapata and her officers and everybody, because it seems like every time I log onto Facebook, there's another fundraiser. Somewhere I gotta go buy a gift for somebody so that I can raise some money. But you guys have been very active in raising money to buy the supplies, what's needed inside this house. So we're very grateful to you all for doing that. Yes. To our fellow trustees, it's been an honor for me to serve as president, and this is something that we've all done together. So thank you all too for being part of a team that we've been able to accomplish so much, even through this pandemic. And to the community, thank you for always being supportive of everything that we do. And if you're not and you stay quiet, thank you for that too. But you've always been very supportive of us, and many times we've said it that as a board and as a school district, we stand on the shoulders of many, and a lot of those shoulders are here today, So thank you all for that. And, another round of applause. I know there's mosquitoes and it's a little muggy, so I'll keep it short, and I'll just end with just giving my gratitude for this, because we've had several things this year. We've had the groundbreaking to the early college high school. Just last week we had a couple of ribbon cuttings for our IB schools at Austin and Sam Houston. But this is truly special. This is, I spoke to Dr. Cavazos this morning, and we're just kind of reflecting on this, and life gets busy. Life gets every day. And there's so much going on right now, not just in our community, but all over the place. This is a moment right now that we can sit and take a break and watch the fruits of all of our labors, and really enjoy and celebrate this Transition Academy. So with that, thank you. I'm going to invite our board to come say a few things, and I'm going to start with our Vice President, Ms. Jerry Fleury. Thank you guys once again for being out here and supporting us. Thank you.
Thank you, Eladio. So well said, as always. I would just like to reflect for a moment that as all of us walked onto this now, I think, very blessed place, I think we were really becoming guardians of a sentinel to a dream. And it's a dream that the families of Harlingen have had for decades and decades. And some stand here with us today, and we welcome you. And I would like to say to everyone, welcome to Harlingen's newest dream. And thank you for helping make this possible. Thank you to our extraordinary leadership at the school district. Our administrative staff is second to none, and we celebrate every day having the very best leadership, and we do mean in the state of Texas at a minimum. So thank you very much. Thank you so much to all of the staff positions throughout the district. And I'd like to say a very special thank you to our teachers of our special needs children. Thank you. You too have not only waited for this dream to happen, you have begged for this dream to happen. You have asked and advocated brilliantly for your children and our children. And so we thank you for that. We thank you. We recognize you, and we thank you for that. And here we are. I would also like to add my thanks personally to our community partners, and in particular, a place that will always have a very special place in my heart is the Education Foundation, which I served on for 19 years before transitioning to the school board. And so thank you for your leadership, thank you for your help, thank you for your fundraising, thank you for caring, and welcome also to the dream that you have helped create. We have extraordinary opportunities in this community, as Eladio said, to work together as partners. This is, I think, the strength of being a citizen of Harlingen, is that we know that. We understand that we can all achieve our best only when we all work together. And so I want to thank all of you. Every one of you, by being here today, is showing that you have a positive spirit, you have a partnership heart, and that is what will make this work. That is what will make our democracy work. That is what will make our community work. So as a school board member, I want to say thank you so much. And you've been always welcome to the journey. But as I look at this fabulous, fabulous place, which truly is a sentinel to a dream that many people have held for many, many years, I want to say, welcome everybody to the dream. Thank you very much.
So good morning, everybody. I wanted to start off with a joke because we got to have some fun, right? One of the things that I've realized, we're talking about COVID. A lot of you have mentioned COVID. So one of the things that I recognize and realize is we're actually a community of huggers. I mean, you can really tell who your friends are by whether or not they give you a fist bump or a hug, right? And you guys all gave me a hug, so I thank you for those hugs. And as much as we want to stay away from each other, it's so hard, right? So thank you for the hugs, guys. Quick story that I want to share with all of you. You know, there was this swordsmith. And this swordsmith had made some amazing swords. And this was back, you know, thousands of years ago. And this swordsmith would make these amazing swords, and people would come from all over villages to buy these swords from him. And his reputation just got better and better and bigger until one day the king himself invited him to his palace and said, you know what, I want to buy a sword from you. I want a sword from you. And of course he wasn't going to sell it to him. It's a gift to the king. He was so pleasantly surprised by the fact that this king had heard about his swordmanship. And the king sat him down and he asked him, what's your secret? You know, I've seen swords all around this area, but your swords are the best swords. There's something special about these swords. And he smiled to the king. He said, you know, at a very young age, I was thrilled about blacksmiths and learning about how to manipulate metal. And so I wanted to learn more. So I asked to learn more. And then I seek the best people and I seek the best metals. And I just focused. I focused all my life on building the best sword. And this story I tell you because it reminds me of our school board, our school district. We do one fantastic thing. We focus on our students and we focus on our teachers. And yes, like Alicia mentioned earlier, there's so much to be grateful for. There's just so many things that we should be grateful for because we do stand on shoulders of giants. This place is definitely a dream, as Ms. Fleurier mentioned. It's not our idea. We can't take credit for it, but it's our idea as a community. The HAIF board has been amazing in providing so much to this beautiful building. I remember talking to Eric Kennedy and him talking to me about, hey, we're switching here. We're going to actually focus on special needs. I was like, wow. And that's really when I remember the tick up of HAIF board being profound in the community. So we do stand on shoulders of giants. Dr. Cavazos, you know, Dr. Loyola, our senior team. What an amazing group. Now I want to quickly share also a personal story and why this means so much to me. A lot of you know that I do have a special needs child, Ariel. Ariel's 5 years old, and I apologize if I tear up, because whenever I talk about her, she's a blessing to me and to my family and to a lot of the people in this community. But when my wife was 17 weeks pregnant with Ariel, we were told she would not survive. They told us she would not live because she had a hole in the back of her head. Basically, if we have some physicians in the room, she had an encephalocele, and that her brain was protruding in that encephalocele. And if she did survive in utero, in other words, the pregnancy, she wouldn't be able to swallow, she wouldn't be able to breathe on her own. In fact, she would, if born, she would die within minutes. That's what the doctors told us. I learned a big lesson at that time. A huge lesson. Man is not in control. God is in control. And we put, my wife and I, Amy, I wish she could be here. She wants to be here, but she's with Ariel. We put Ariel in God's hands. And once we did that, things just lined up for us. And I know that this board knows because they were with me along this ride. Dr. Gavassos was with me, calling me daily to find out Ariel's status. And I can tell you that now she is alive and thriving. Alive and thriving, and she will be part of this Transition Academy. So yes, this Transition Academy means so much to me. It means so much to my wife, my family, because there's no doubt that Ariel will be so successful here and with HCISD. I also want to give a quick shout out to her teacher at Sam Houston Elementary, Ms. Campos. And those of you may know her, she has done a fantastic job despite COVID. She's always smiling, always laughing, and I know that all of our special needs teachers are doing that, thinking outside the box, trying to figure out, they do deserve a round of applause. Because how do you teach our special needs children with Zoom? It's hard. It's difficult. But every day these teachers, the backbone of our school, they figure out a way. They come up, they step up, they energize. I don't know what they do, but when I see Ms. Campos on Zoom, she's like this, she's laughing, she's dancing, she's getting the kids activated. So I can't thank them enough. This place has a special place in my heart, and I can't thank the HAEF board enough for contributing and making this a special place in Harlingen. Thank you very much, Dr. Reiniger.
Good morning, everyone. It is truly my pleasure to be here to add my comments of congratulations and thanks. And I feel like really my comments are in the form of a blessing for this place. May this home, as it's so profoundly called, may this home always have administrators who care so deeply that they put the children first. May this home always have community partners who know that children need them and want to see them and be blessed by them. May this home always be filled with teachers who excel and care and go beyond what is probably human to build up and strengthen our children. May our administrators who are out there, who oversee other schools, our principals, our assistant principals, always see this as a place of partnership for their children, that this is another step in what we can do in HCISD. May we always have a board who prioritizes our special needs children. And may we always have these beautiful children that we are clapping for. When I heard your claps at the beginning, I thought, that's what this is about, right? We are praising these children, we are building them up, we are bringing them capacity, we are doing what we should for the children. So thank you all so much for allowing us to be here, and may this place continue, this home continue to be blessed. Thank you.
Could we give all our board another round of applause? It was just so apparent that they're extremely focused on our students, on all the students of HCISD, and we're blessed to have them. Thank you so much. At this time, I want to welcome to the podium Mrs. Meredith Brownell. She is one of our parents, and she's also part of our committee that put everything together and is still working hard to ensure that we have the best possible product. So Ms. Brownell, if you'll come on up, she has a few words she wants to share.
Good morning. Wow, I have some tough words to follow. Those were very touching. Good morning. I would like to welcome you to the ribbon cutting ceremony for HCISD's Transition Academy. My name is Meredith Brownell, and I am a current member of the design team for this academy, a teacher at Stewart Place Elementary, and most importantly, a mother to a 17-year-old son with Down syndrome. My son Wyatt, who is here in the audience today, is a proud junior. Go ahead, give him a round of applause. He is a proud junior in the Life Skills program at Harlingen South. I am honored to be here with you today as we celebrate the opening of one of our district's newest projects, one that is definitely dear to my heart. The opportunity that the Academy is going to give my son and other students is just simply amazing. The Transition Academy is a custom home that will be utilized by our students with special needs with the purpose of teaching them life and employability skills in a real-world setting. The future is indeed bright for this special group of people. At this very moment, I feel hopeful for them and grateful to our district for the opportunity that these students will now have available. The opening of this academy is a major milestone for HCISD. Our district's passion and investment in the future of our special needs population is heartwarming and inspiring. A few years ago, a conversation between Dr. Art Cavazos and some of the board members resulted in an idea for the Transition Academy. In May of 2019, I was asked to serve on the design team for this project. Things started to take shape. A team was put in place, meetings were scheduled, ideas were shared, thoughtful planning occurred, and were formed. This academy has now become a reality. Our students with special needs will be able to experience new educational opportunities through their 21st birthday. This home setting will offer our students continuing educational services, life skills, and further job training skills in a real-world environment. Half of the day will be spent at the house, while the other half of the day will be spent at a job site. Students will have access to 2 dens, bedrooms, bathrooms, a kitchen, a dining room, living room, washroom, and covered outdoor learning area where they will learn many important skills. Some of these include being able to dress and groom themselves properly. In addition, they will learn how to cook, clean, and do laundry. While at the house, they will be offered courses such as floral design, career prep 1 and 2, independent living, and practicum in business management. In the community, students will be able to work at businesses such as Chick-fil-A, and I personally have to say I think that's one of the things Wyatt is most excited about. Peter Piper Pizza, Home Depot, and Charlie Clark Nissan. Through this academy, the students will develop skills that will enable them to participate successfully in society, and that has long been a goal of our district. It takes many individuals and groups working closely together to make a project like this come together. So I want to thank our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Alicia Loyola, our Superintendent Emeritus, Dr. Art Cavazos, and the senior team for their vision and support. Our Board of Trustees should also be thanked for their tireless efforts of advancing this school district. John Piercy and the architecture firm of Megamorphosis did an outstanding job with the design plan on this project. Thank you, John. I would be remiss if I did not mention those that have served on the design team with me for these past couple of years. Thank you, Dr. Joseph Villarreal, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education. Mr. Daniel Garza, Director for Special Education. And Felicia Garcia, Program Coordinator. Also included on this team are Kathy Garcia, Lori Amaro, Rhonda McKinney, Monica Sanchez, Regina Lambrera Tijerina, and Manny Vela. I want to thank each one of these individuals for helping make this dream a reality. So we've anticipated this day for a long time, and our vision has been brought to life. I went in the house earlier and it gave me goosebumps. It's gorgeous, and so I hope you get a chance to walk through it. It took a lot of extraordinary efforts from many individuals to get this beautiful home ready for our students. I'm proud to say that we are finally ready to cut the ribbon and officially open the doors of the Transition Academy. We got to give that a round of applause. we are opening these doors to a very special group of young men and women. I want to thank you so much for joining us today for this incredible celebration. And I'm confident that this program will have a profound impact on our students and our community for years to come. Thank you so much.
Once again, thank you, Mrs. Brownell, and thank you to all the design team members and everyone who took part. It really was a labor of love, and we are very happy and proud to do that. So thank you all. At this time, I would like to welcome our superintendent, Dr. Alicia Loyola.
So truly an exciting day today. And so I want to recognize a couple of groups. Our Harlingen Cardinal Big Red Marching Band, they really set the tone earlier today, because today really is a celebration, and that's exactly how it felt when we arrived. A true celebration day for all of our students, for our entire district, our entire community. I want to recognize our coffee club. I hope you all had a chance to look at their great work. Students, thank you so much for all that you do. Teachers, you know, that work right here that we saw today was just the beginning. We can only dream of what is yet to come, and I know that this staff will make that happen. So, you know, I've been fortunate, I've been blessed that a large part of my life has been devoted to education. And in all of those years, I have been blessed to have interacted with students, taught students, led students. And one of the things that in that life of education I have learned, I have had confirmed for me, is that every student can contribute to this world if given the chance. And so today, this work is a chance. It's the chance for our students to thrive. It's a chance that we are blessed in HCISD to be able to provide for our students. And so that doesn't happen by accident. We have a tremendous amount of people that have supported this effort. But through that work, this chance that gives our students an opportunity to learn real world skills so that they can transition, that they can take those skills and apply them in a work setting if they so choose. That work was a contribution by a number of people here. And so there's not much more that I can say that these wonderful people that have spoken before me can do, and I don't think that I could top those inspirational words, and I'm not even going to try. And so I thank them for that, because they really have shared what's been in my heart throughout this entire time. I sat there, I laughed, I cried, I had every emotion go through in 30 minutes. So I thank them for that, because they really shared I want to extend my thanks to a number of people who have been thanked already, but I don't think that we can ever thank people enough for what they have made happen today. And so I know Mr. Jaimes very early on talked about how they don't take credit, but they should. They should. In a time where we can look around our district and see districts, and things are not accomplished by accident. They happen by purpose. And it happens when you have a leadership that supports the vision, that allows things to come to fruition. And so I want to start by thanking our Board of Trustees for their vision, for their support, for their constant push to set a higher bar and a higher standard for us as administrators, for us as a school district. So if I can have them stand, and let's give them a huge round of applause for all of their efforts, everything they do day in and day out. You know, Mr. Jaimes spoke earlier about the new building. Well, very early on when we were having the discussion around this building, and we did a lot of visits, looked at other places looked at what they were doing in this area of transition. And we never quite found what was right for Harlingen. And so we talked about, well, do we purchase a house and refurbish it and make it fit? And this board said no. Our students deserve a home that's custom built for them. And so that, to me, is just that example of people that are focused on doing the right things for children. So thank you, board, once again. We talked about a vision and where does the vision start? And really the vision started with just a question. And so Dr. Art Cavazos and Dan Garza in a room, and the question to Dan Garza of what do we do? What's that next layer? How do we provide these meaningful, impactful programs for our special needs students? And so Dan at that time said, well, we have transition programs at our high school. We have them in our classrooms. I'd really like to take those classrooms and beef them up more, make them more conducive to that. And Dr. Cavazos said, no, think bigger. Think bigger. Bigger. So the vision started, and so I'd like to have both gentlemen stand and please be recognized, because this is the fulfillment of that question. And so it's great to dream, it's great to envision, but you have to make things a reality. We can talk, we can dream, but how do you get from that question to this? And that work really came through our Transition Academy Committee under the leadership of Joseph Villarreal and Dan Garza, who have spent probably the last week. I'm surprised you all didn't stay overnight in some of those rooms, because they have been working to make sure that today was possible. And so I'd like to have, I know we recognize them individually, but I'd like to have them stand. I'd like to, our Transition Academy Committee members, I know you're around here, so please stand, wave, hop, jump. That committee, when we first formed it, we said it can't be just district staff. It has to be this broad spectrum, because this Transition Academy serves our entire community. And so we had parents, district staff, teachers, everybody coming together to really make that vision a reality, and it is thanks to their work and their effort that we see what we have here. But as a school district, we also recognize that there is no way, and I wholeheartedly believe this, there is no way that even as a school district we can do things alone. This community is not based solely on the school district. We are an entire Harlingen community that traditionally will come together in whatever effort there is to benefit our students. And so when we started looking at, okay, we had involved our community in part through the Transition Academy, but then we also knew we had this incredible foundation that over the years had been very supportive. They'd done a lot of work with us on our CTE programming. And so they came to us this year and said, COVID obviously is not going to allow us to do our Stefano's event. We're not going to be able to do our Partners in Education event. And so they said, what can we do, right? And so at the time, we said, well, we have this Transition Academy that we're working on, and it's for our special needs students and providing them this opportunity to really be prepared for that transition, and their eyes went like this, right? And so they said, yeah, we're all in, we'll help. And then these incredible people, who I wish I only had half of their energy, went to work, and they went to work hard. And so we've heard of some of that fundraising effort, but they were pulling people from all over the community. Hey, and tonight we have a Texas Roadhouse fundraiser. Oh, and the next day we got Jason's Deli, and then we got Lux Boutique, and then today we have Sita's Boutique. So please, anybody that needs a gift today, They will be expecting all of us, I'm sure. But a lot of that work just off of the efforts of this organization. They even set up a target registry. And so when you go into the house, you're going to see a lot of those registry items there. Wasn't so much that we as a school district couldn't have provided that, but this residence belongs to our community. And we wanted our community to be very invested in this work because they always are. And so we had that registry going. And then last week, I was just blown away. We had a couple of our parents that many of you may know, Minnie Piercy and James Piercy, came by, and they presented the district with a generous gift in honor of their daughter, Catherine Piercy, who had passed away earlier. And they spoke about just what this district did for their daughter. And while Catherine may never be able to experience this facility, so many other students will. And so the Pierces weren't able to join us today, but I just give them so much thanks for their generous gift and the support that they continue to provide HCISD. And then in a little bit, we're gonna have some tours. We're gonna do our ribbon cutting and go through some tours. And so if you haven't walked this facility, when you walk this facility, you're going to see a house that I think we could all dream to live in. And so there was a couple of ladies that I'm going to give a shout out to. Miss Lori Pitts and Ann Lofton. Where are you, Lori and Ann? Our ladies back here who gave of their talents to decorate this home so that when our students walk into this facility, they truly feel like they're walking into a home. So ladies, thank you so very much. We appreciate your efforts. So just in closing, I look towards the next years and the years to come, and looking at our children as they enter this facility, see them practicing and learning in this educational facility, really this home, our HCISD Transition Academy. Thank you all so very much for being here. We appreciate everyone's support, and we ask that you continue that support for our beloved HCISD school district. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Loyola, and thank you all. This has really been a truly proudful moment for all of us because we're very, very excited about this, and we're about to have our ribbon cutting. And Dr. Loyola thanks so many people, and I don't want to miss this opportunity to thank just a few more. We've been able to do so much because we have incredible teams and incredible leaders in HCISD, and I too have an incredible team. So I'd like to recognize my administrative team. I have 3 coordinators that really help me and keep me in line. So I'd like to recognize them. I have Eleni Danellis, right over there if you'll wave. Melissa Villanueva. The 2 ladies are our coordinators for elementary education, and I also have Felicia Garcia in the back, who is our coordinator for secondary education. And while the house looks great now, I invite you all back over at Christmas time because Ann and Lori have also donated amazing Christmas decorations. So we look forward to those Christmas decorations coming up soon. So thank you again, Lori and Ann. So Shane, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can lead us through the ribbon cutting. I think Dr. Villarreal will help us with that.
All right, so thank you everybody for showing up, and we are now ready for the moment. Our ribbon cutting ceremony is about to begin, so we're going to divide it up into 3 groups. Mr. Shane Struphart will be leading the ribbon cutting. It's going to happen in front of the house. So we're going to ask our superintendent, Dr. Loyola, Dr. Cavazos Emeritus, as well as our board, and then our Chamber of Commerce redcoats. Thank you for being here, to make their way to the front. Then after that, we will continue with our superintendent board members and then the HAIF board. And then we will have our superintendent, board members, and Transition Academy for the 3rd picture and the 3rd ribbon cutting. I forgot to mention our students. You are participating in the very first ribbon cutting ceremony there in the front. Then when you're done, we will take you on a tour. It'll be led by myself, it'll be led by Dan Garza and Felicia Garcia as well. So we'll make our way to the front of the house at this time for the ribbon cutting. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Thank you to the Harlingen community. Thank you. God bless you all.